Well, hello again. This is Grandpa Jim's Garden Tips. And today I'd like to share with you something we're trying. Now, the last couple years, we have really struggled of all things, zucchinis. Now, usually a zucchini will just go crazy and give you tons and tons and tons of zucchinis. And as a matter of fact, I can remember our first garden ever. We'd just been married and we had a garden out at my wife's grandmother's, and I'd not knowing any better, I planted 32 zucchini plants. Well, to make a long story short, we took them out by the carload, the trunk load. I never had so many zucchinis. You couldn't even give that many away. But the last couple years, we have been struggling with squash vine borers. And a lot of people have that problem with it. Now, it can affect some of your other plants, like your cucumbers, things like that, but they really like zucchini. And what happens is, if you've had this happen to you before, if you have this beautiful plant and overnight it just wilts, completely gone, and you think, well, gosh, I've been watering and all that. Well, what you're dealing with is the squash vine borer. And what happens is they come out of the ground, and they come up out of the ground, and they come to the bottom of the stem of your zucchini, and they burrow into, they lay the eggs, and then those hatch, and they bore into your vine. And everywhere they bore, eventually they'll kill the plant. It'll just totally wilt down to nothing. So we're trying something new this year. I thought if you've had this problem, maybe you can try it too, and we can compare notes and see how this might work. But some people like to put a collar around each of the plants. And what happens then when you do that, and I just took an old sour cream container here, and you kind of work the plant up through it when it's small, then we let it grow. And I also found a little bit of dirt up against it, a little bit of soil, and that way it won't blow away. So then, as it grows, for whatever reason, a lot of folks say those squash borers do not want to go through that plastic. So then we're going to try a second thing this year, and we're going to try 4 plants with it and 4 plants without, or 2 plants without it. What we have here in Europe, and especially Italy, they do not, here in the United States, we grow our zucchini and we let them crawl along the ground. Well, in Europe, and especially Italy, they stake them. And if you ever notice, your vine will have a big, long stem that kind of meanders across. So what they do is they stake them. And as it begins to grow, they stake it to the post here, or to the stake, and as they work their way up, you continue to tie them to the stake, and they may grow, oh goodness, and maybe 3-4 foot long. And then they take the lower leaves and just snap them off. And again, what that does is, zucchini's kind of prone to mildew and different kinds of fungal diseases. So what that does, it allows the air to go around them. It also deters those beetles, the borers, I should say, the squash vine borers. So anyway, we're going to try that this year. I wanted to throw this out here in the Midwest here especially, and I'm sure other places, your zucchini's just coming up or up a bit. Give this a try. We're going to try it. We'll compare notes. Now, I do have over here, I have a couple plants that I'm not staking, just to give it a try. And also, we still put the collar around them. And all you do, again, just take a plastic, cottage cheese or sour cream, just cut the bottom out of it and kind of work it down and around. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I can't guarantee you it'll work, but a lot of folks say this really, really works. So if you want to experiment, I encourage you to do that. The garden is growing right now. Finally, some of the amendments we made with our soil that was a little too acidic are beginning to take hold here a little bit. So anyway, again, I encourage you all to garden. Victory Gardens are, it's unreal. The seed companies right now are out of seeds, and it's just incredible So, you know, it's a good way that you can produce some of your own food. No yard is too small. You can garden again on your porch, on your patio, all types of ways of doing that. And we're going to be doing more videos as time goes on and share some of our new discoveries that we have. So this is Grandpa Jim, and wish you happy gardening.